Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be back with you guys on the last Monday. No, second to last Monday it is the last Monday of July 2022. You and I just had this debate backstage in the green room. So it is the last Monday of July 2022. We have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. We have so much to talk about tonight. Since the last time we were on the air, a lot of different things have transpired. So we're going to bring you up to date on all the latest news, gossip, entertainment, box office hits, you name it. It all took place since we've last been on the air. And sitting in the co-host chair is our girl, the one and only Miss Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Good evening. How are you? And happy Monday. How are you?
Good evening, Chat Daddy, and good evening to our listening audience. I'm doing fine. It's you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cool. As Goldilocks says, what? Just right.
Just right. Just right. They were saying earlier on the news this morning that I guess we're not going to have as much of the heat wave as we're used to. Now, August can be a very hot period. A lot of places on the East Coast are experiencing 3-digit temperatures.
Yes.
Even in London, Paris, places like that. In Europe, they don't have air conditioning like we do. A lot of their places are much older than ours, a lot of their structures. So people are trying their best to beat the heat any way possible. But I will admit, today was a beautiful day. It really was. As you said, not too hot, not too cold. So yes, perfect.
And the saying goes, Art, any day above ground is what? A very good day.
A very good day. It is. Well, we hope all of you guys have had a wonderful and prosperous and good day. Renee brought to my attention that today is National Wine and Cheese Day. And those are two of my favorite things to indulge in. I love a great glass of wine, and I am a cheese fanatic to the point that I even had somebody told me that they thought maybe it was a mental disorder that I loved as much cheese as I did, that something had to be wrong. But I am just a lover of cheese, or as the French would say, fromage. Fromage. I am very much a lover of it. Are you a cheese lover, and what type of cheeses?
I like macaroni and cheese, but that don't count. So
yeah, no, we're trying to eat cheese with our pinky fingers out. Okay. We're trying to be bougie with our cheese eating.
I'm not a cheese connoisseur. I like cheese sometimes on sandwiches, but maybe you need to school me, because you're my big brother and you're always schooling me. So maybe we need to, just do a wine and cheese day. It just, you can say, okay, Renee, this is the cheese that will tempt and salivate your palate. So
interesting.
I do like provolone.
Provolone. Okay.
Yes.
I follow this lady on social media. She calls herself Crazy Busy Mama. She's that lady. She made a grilled cheese sandwich last night that just had me I was about to pass out. It was just, she had about 5 different cheeses on there. She toasted it just perfectly. She even showed me like a technique that I didn't know. Like, you're supposed to have your skillet on low. It's supposed to be warm, but on low, plenty of butter. And you actually put a lid on it. That's what helps it to melt better. But yes, I like stinky cheeses. I love blue cheese. I love goat cheese. I love, oh my God, Havarti, Brie. I mean,
we need to just go to a nice winery, and we got a lot here in Chicago, and you just school your little sister, because again, I like a Moscato, I like a rosé, but I'm not the wine connoisseur. And it's so funny. All right, I have at least 3 bottles of wine in my house that I haven't even opened. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? I have hundreds of bottles of wine that I've not opened because people present me with bottles of wine.
And I'm just not
Yeah,
my signature drink. And
yeah,
so I said I will wait to indulge in that in a few months. But now
right.
I'm trying to, but I did not know that today was National Wine and Cheese Day. So for those wine and cheese connoisseurs, today's your day.
Yes, it is. Well, I just love a great glass of red wine. I'm not so much of a Moscato drinker or sweet
Mhm.
wine drinker. I do love an outstanding rosé. This time of
Okay.
year is rosé all day, and I actually love rosé frozen.
Hmm.
But if you give me a great Cabernet Sauvignon, if
Oh,
you give me a great Merlot, I
okay.
even love a wonderful Shiraz.
Mhm.
It just, it depends on what it is and what I'm having. But yeah, I just absolutely love wine. Shout out to cousin Tony Lindsay. He's watching us tonight. What's up,
Hi,
Tony?
Tony.
Yes,
Hi,
he's
Tony.
on. Hello, Betty Brewer. She's on with
Hi,
us.
Miss
Hello,
Betty.
hello, Mario Hampton. Glad to have you guys hanging out with us tonight. And everybody else.
Hi,
Hey,
Mario.
Wamelda, good to see you
Hi,
as well.
Imelda. So
Yeah.
tell me, what did you do this weekend? Because you know my weekend, but it kind of ended on a nice note. But I'll ask you, how was your weekend?
So this weekend, it went by so quickly I don't even remember. Friday, I have to oftentimes go back through my pictures to figure out what I did, but I attended the 50th birthday party Saturday night for attorney Stephen Mitchell. That
Okay,
was at Gallery Gouchard, and it was just
okay.
fabulous. It was good to see everybody. A lot
Mhm.
of people was like, "Hey, Facebook friend, hey," and a lot of people like, "Oh, that's Chat over there. There go Art," So it was nice. We did that, and then after that, we left and we went down to my girlfriend Laura's house. We had not seen her in a while. Her hubby was in Charlotte at the conclave, the
Not for
Q's
well,
conclave.
yes, Omega Sci-Fi. I'm Omega
Omega Sci-Fi,
sweetheart. So
yes.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. I have enjoyed reading all the comments on social media saying, gentlemen, there was no church convention in Charlotte this weekend. So if your wife comes talking about she went to Charlotte to a church convention or a ladies crocheting tournament, no, she did not. She went to Charlotte where all them damn Q dogs was at.
That's right.
Then somebody else wrote, all you women out here lusting at all these Q dogs on social media, because I mean they were all over TikTok,
I
Instagram. The
know.
Q dogs took that to a whole new level this whole
What
weekend.
we know some cues, right? We
Right.
do know
Yes.
some cues, and I used to date an Omega Sci-Fi gentleman in my
Uh-huh.
early days, but
Uh-huh.
as you know, I'm an Omega sweetheart, so I will, and you know what the colors are, purple and
Right.
gold. So in honor of the fine men Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated, here's for you.
Oh, very good. Well, they were also saying that ladies, why you all are lusting and enjoying all this juking and bucking and jumping and all these
Oh.
I said,
No, you were fading in and out, sweetie. Go ahead. What
oh,
were
did
you
you hear
saying?
me now? I said the comments on social media, these guys were posting all these great videos where they were
Mhm.
stepping and drinking and just having a great time. And somebody commented and said, ladies, why you lusting after all these men? Keep in mind they are somebody's husband and boyfriend, and they are strictly on a weekend pass to be able to go hang out with the boys. So yeah, no, don't get excited. I guarantee you he belonged to somebody else, all of that. So it was great.
That
Yes.
would be a good show story. Have all, men of different fraternities of African American, the alphas, the omegas, the sigmas, the kappas, the qs, the iota, the phi theta. I think that would be a very interesting show.
Yes. Well, I think I did that on radio, if I'm not mistaken. I
Did
think
you?
I did do it on radio
Okay.
years ago. So yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Hey everybody, good to see
Hi, Therese.
everybody. Hey you guys. And I think Facebook user, that's our girl Shakana. I think that's who that
Okay.
is.
Hi, Facebook user.
Yes, Shakana. Yes, I think that's who that is. And
Oh, I gotta give a shout out to Candace because my weekend it started out kind of sad, as you know, because this young lady. Unfortunately, said good. Well, it's not just said goodbye, but it was her celebration of life service. Joya Cornelius Harper was on Saturday afternoon, and Candace and her lovely daughter, Miss Kara. So, Kara, if you're watching, sweetie, you got a hug coming. So it was a great celebration. You know, for those who knew Joya, she was very particular, very opinionated. But you know, she unfortunately she succumbed to COVID because she had COVID not once, not twice, but 3 times. And so, you know, we're still praying for. We please keep her husband Brian and her rest of her family in prayer. But Miss Candace, I've got to say this because I also Brian had asked me to speak. And as when I was leaving, Candace had texted me yesterday, and her daughter, Kara, said, "Is that the lady on Mr. Chat Daddy's show?" And Candace was like, "Yes, that was." And she just screamed, like, "Oh my God." So, Kara, mwah, can't wait to see you again and just give you lots of love. So,
here's the other piece. I remember when she was a little girl.
yes,
And now she's on her way off to college. Like,
yes,
she's
she
making
is.
her own way. I'm just so proud of her. But I remember when she would be, you know, on her mom or grandmom's lap. And now, you know, here she is on her way to college. So I don't know who's getting old, honey. It's not me. It's these kids. It must be this milk these kids are drinking.
It must be because
they're getting old quick. Yeah, because I'm not right. I still remember you bouncing on grandma's knee. So
okay, so shout out to Miss Candace and Miss Kara. And then I had my all class grammar school reunion, St. Joachim, which was located on 9035 South Langley. It's now a charter school, but it was an all class reunion picnic. And I didn't know whether I was going to be able to attend because I had to attend the memorial. So some said you need to just stop by. So the moment I stopped by, two of my girlfriends, we used to be the Three Musketeers, Miss Yvette McReynolds and Miss Miriam Wodley Suniga. When I stepped in, I said, "Hey guys," she's like, "Oh my God, guess who wants to see you?" Our 5th and 7th grade teacher, Mr. Donald Bellawamini, who looks fabulous. And when he saw me, he was like, "Karen Mason, I've been asking all about you." And I was like, "Oh my goodness," because he also watches the Chat Daddy show. So, you know, it was just a good weekend. It was good to see classmates. I mean, we graduated in 19 and
when was that? When was that?
Anywho, but to Sean Davis, Jacint Shaw, Dane, I think Miss Brown, Miss Frida Brown, to the reunion committee, you guys did an excellent job. Big shout out to you guys, and hopefully we can make this an annual event at Thule for St. Joachim. So,
oh, very nice, very good. Well, I want to give out one more shout out. On Sunday, I got to go enjoy the bridal brunch with my good girlfriend, Miss Katrina Waddy. Katrina is just a ball of energy. She's amazing, super talented, a force to be reckoned with, and she is marrying the love of her life, Mr. Andy, who is a great guy. They're actually getting married in Vegas next weekend, but she had a 3-day bridal celebration. Friday night was the bachelorette party. Saturday was a bridal shower that I was supposed to attend, but here's the crazy piece. All of the rain from Saturday.
Yeah.
I live in an older place.
Right.
My door swole up and it just was all kind of.
That had happened to me too.
I didn't, right. Went to close the door and the door wasn't closed.
That happened to me too, Art.
And I'm like, now who the hell getting ready to leave home and the door is open? Right. Whoa. So yeah, I couldn't even explain what was going on. I just was like, I'm so sorry I missed Saturday. Here I am Sunday. And you know, and this morning leaving out, it wouldn't open this morning from the inside. So I was like, you know what? If it's closed, we're going to leave it closed and go out the front door. So yes. So that's what happened. So, but other than that, she had a beautiful, beautiful bridal brunch yesterday. Got a chance to see a lot of old and met some new friends and family. A lot of the media divas were the divers, they were all there last night or yesterday, and we had a wonderful time. So I'm actually exhausted from the weekend. I really am.
I could tell when we talked before the show. So we're gonna definitely do this show, y'all, as quick as we can. So Chat Chat Daddy can get his rest and K Renee
Yes.
can get her rest.
Yes,
But
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we hope that you guys all had a wonderful weekend. There's so much we need to talk about tonight.
yes.
As you guys all know, we are a health and wellness show. And each and every evening that we're on the air, we give you the latest COVID-19 update numbers. This show was created during the pandemic to keep people informed and aware. Believe it or not, I'm still running into a lot of people who say they do not watch the news, but they watch us because we are informative, we give it accurately, and we share our opinions about things that a lot of people agree with us on. And so I want to give you guys the latest COVID-19 numbers for the state of Illinois. Illinois public health officials reported 32,268 new coronavirus cases over the past week. This included 52 additional fatalities. This is now a reason for concern, as they would say, because this is a slight increase in both the metrics from the 7 days prior, and 58 counties across the state of Illinois are in the high community level rate when it comes to COVID-19. In previous weeks, the state reported 33,000, or the previous week, not this past week, but the week before, they reported 33,066 new cases, and we had 59 deaths. And again, 50 of the counties were in the high transmission rate. The week before that, we had 27,543 new cases and 28 fatalities. In all, the state of Illinois has now had 3,528,282 cases of COVID-19 that have been reported to the state of Illinois since the beginning of the pandemic. According to the latest data from the Illinois Department of Public Health, the additional deaths now bring the total number of deaths in the state to 34,309 people have perished since the beginning of the pandemic. As of Thursday of last week, 1,453 patients were hospitalized. I can't say it. Hospitalized. Child in the hospital.
Hospitalized.
In the hospital. I can't say it. I've had no
hospital.
wine and no cheese. I can't say it. Hell, I just can't say it. Long story short, in the hospital, y'all. From COVID-19, of those patients, 154 are in ICU beds, and 56 of those people are on ventilators. According to the CDC, because I did another report just before we came on the air. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now, sweetie.
Okay, very good. So it seems as if the COVID cases are going back up. It seems as if, California had toyed with the idea of bringing the mask mandate back in place. Everybody's out. Everybody's buck wild, having a good time. I must admit, I've been going places without a mask on as well, too. But you kind of feel like, okay, I'm in a room full of people, who everybody seems to be well, doing well. I do try to choose outdoor seating when necessary. I'm having such bad mobility issues now. So my biggest thing is to sit my ass down as soon as possible, period. So, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so interesting. We talk about we're gonna still wear a mask till November 2025. And even when I was out, I still wear my mask. I know it's hard. There are times when I've taken off my mask and I feel a little bit guilty, so I put it back on. Because it's just these numbers are going up. We hear about our president who is recovering well. Our governor had also contracted COVID. So, it's not almost as like it's not a matter when if you're gonna get it. It's a matter now when you're gonna get it, if you get it. So. Right. And I think a lot of people, I know we're tired. I mean, we're going on year 3 come March of 2023. I was thinking and looking about polio. Now, we had never heard of someone getting polio. But now there's a polio increase in New York, the largest it's been in 10 years. And I'm like, polio? When
Really?
I think of polio, I think of FDR, right? Because
Right,
FDR
right.
suffered from polio, but we thought it was eradicated. It's that condition is starting to creep up. So it makes me wonder: are we eating well? Are we doing the right things to make sure that our immune system is up there? Because that's, with this virus, for those who've been immune compromised, it makes it very difficult to weather that storm.
Which is true, very true. Shout out to our girlfriend, Miss Thyteria. Darling, we have not forgotten about the P Valley show. I need to get caught up on the last episodes, and we need to get K Renee caught up. So we'll revisit the show next week. But Thyteria was saying that Uncle Clifford didn't take Grandma Ernestine to the hospital when she got sick, which I agree. Because a lot of people, when people are getting sick now, if they're not to the point that they need to go to a hospital, everybody feels as if they can doctor on a person and make them feel better, whatever. But you've got to be careful with this COVID situation. And then another thing that we want to bring up that is now an emergency is monkeypox.
Okay.
Monkeypox cases continue to spread in the Chicagoland area and across the country.
Yes.
It has now been declared a global emergency by the World Health Organization.
Yes.
What are some of the symptoms you should be watching out for if you think you have been exposed to monkeypox? If you are experiencing flu-like symptoms before developing a rash, though some may develop a rash first, followed by other symptoms, and others may not have any symptoms at all. The flu-like symptoms may include fever, headache, muscle ache, backache, sore throat, cough, swollen lymph nodes, chills, and exhaustion. Well,
that almost sounds like COVID.
Girl, look, well, hell, I got, no, I'm just tired. Okay, so yeah, right. Let me knock on wood.
That's
look,
right.
Right. Knock on wood.
I'm knocking for you, Chad.
Okay, look, I'm knocking on wood. Right. Suspect cases may present like flu and progresses over a period of time. People are standing in line for hours to try to get monkeypox vaccinations. It had been reported that it first started in the LGBTQ plus and bisexual community, but now they're saying that children are getting monkeypox and that they're not necessarily sure. They're even saying, be careful washing your sheets and towels. It's almost past like a sexually transmitted disease.
I just want to know who in the hell came up with the name monkeypox. Couldn't they thought of a better name? I mean, seriously?
Girl, well, honey, I don't know. I mean, Candace asked a great question. Okay, so how can you catch monkeypox? It's skin on skin contact. It's coming in contact with somebody who has monkeypox. That's how you end up getting it. So I don't know. Well, I'm just glad, I got a boo in the bed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right. Not that I want to be bothered with anybody really other than, you know what I'm saying? So, right.
I feel you, chat. I feel you. Well, y'all better just stay careful, stay prayerful, and stay careful. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll find out more. Dr. Janet Seabrook is joining us tomorrow evening, and maybe she can shine a light on, more about this situation or whatever the case may be. So, all right, darling, we've done all the health stuff. Let's get into some local city stuff. Last night, a 15-year-old boy was killed in a stabbing that started out as an attempted robbery on the CTA Red Line train. This happened about 3 o'clock this morning in the 200 block of West 63rd Street. They said that the boy was armed with a gun and was a part of a group of 7 people who were attempting to rob a person on the train. The new name for the Red Line now is the Deaf Line.
I had not heard that, but for some reason that does not surprise me. My question is, when I heard this story, I said, what in the hell this 15-year-old was doing outside at 3 o'clock in the doggone morning?
Where are your children?
Y'all know when we were coming up, when we were 15, let's be clear on this. I know I didn't meet Art at that time. He didn't meet me at that Renee at 15. But we both know if we were ever out in the streets that late, by the time we got home, there would have been 4 whoopings in my case. Not only from my mother, my father, my grandmother, and my uncle. I don't know what to say about these children being out in the damn streets that late at night. You're supposed to be sleeping.
Right.
Really?
Bacteria just said on my other page, we were in the house when the lights came on.
Thank you. The moment
you
it
understand
came
me?
on, and if you weren't in the house when it came on, you better hope and pray your mama was sleeping, something, because you knew something was gonna happen.
If my mama came out that house with that moo on and her wig sitting half on her head and hollering down that street, mama, I used to, oh my God, if I would even see her coming out that house, I'd be breaking my neck trying to get back down that block. You get what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of my neighborhood friends, they would laugh. They're like, "Oh, Miss Mason covered out," because if she start walking up down that alley, it's a done deal.
Right. That's what I don't get this. I don't get, like, why do you not know where your children are? I remember when if the phone rang in our house past 10 o'clock at night,
oh my goodness,
that meant somebody died. You know what I'm saying? That was a family emergency. Your telephone didn't even ring past 10 o'clock at night. I don't even call people past a certain hour right now, unless we going someplace or I'm looking for you or whatever. But I don't even.
And it's so funny dating, because you know when I was actively dating, men would call at a certain time at night. I'm like, one, I didn't even answer the phone. Then they started texting. I'm like, don't, and I put the foot down. Don't you ever call me past a certain time. You will not get a response.
Right. Period. So I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm trying to figure out, somebody had put out on social media, stop blaming the mayor for all this crime. She's not pulling the trigger. It's your son or your daughter. I don't understand what happened to our moral fiber. Like what happened?
Our moral compass is like gone. But again, it starts at home. It starts at home. And I don't know what is it gonna take. You heard locally about there was a crash in which 2 kids, one died because they were thrown off there, but they were in the car at guess what time? 1 a.m. Y'all should have been home.
Wait, when was this? What happened?
This happened on 138th in Cottage Grove near Dalton. There was a car crash. 2 little girls and the father of the car that was hit, he's still in the hospital, but one of the girls died. And it's just, but they will go at 1 something in the morning. You should have had your kids at home.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. I just don't get it.
Interesting. I have no idea. That's interesting to say the least.
I don't get it.
Right. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, let's go into other news.
Yes. Well, I want to start off with the transitions, because we just had one that was reported today. He was my one. We lost Ray Liotta earlier this summer. Now I call him the Grand Poobah of gangster movies, because he truly was. Paul Sorvino, actor, well-revered actor, was known for Goodfellas, and he was one of the original cast members of Law and Order. Made his transition today at 83. And he, he was a great actor. He had a wonderful daughter named Miss Mira Sorvino.
That's right.
An award-winning actress.
That's right.
But he died today of natural causes. And Paul Sorvino, he just had that stature. Whatever role he played, you never mess with him, because he let you know. And I just loved his characters, especially in Goodfellas. There's a scene where Henry Hill, played by Ray Liotta, when he has to come to Paul Sorvino's character when they just lost money, and Paul is working at a diner, and he's just like, Paulie, I'm ashamed. I
Yeah.
need some money. And Paul Severe looks at him and he's like, he gives him like $2,000. He said, "Nah, I got to turn my back away from you." And
Right.
the way he said it, he was just regal, even in whatever role he played. So, my
Wait, wasn't he the one that also in one of the movies was slicing garlic so thin with a razor blade?
yeah,
It was,
that was Goodfellas.
oh my God, that was my favorite. Look,
That
he
was
sliced that
Goodfellas.
garlic so thin with that razor blade, and he was like, "This is
Mm,
the way you're supposed to make this."
that's
That
right. And
yes,
they were in prison when they were they were cooking themselves, right?
right.
If for those who love Goodfellas, watch the movie again. But he was my favorite Goodfellas. So again, my prayers go out to Mira and her family on the loss of a giant. He was a giant.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Absolutely. Do you have anybody else you want to bring up?
No, well, not a death, but a birth.
Well,
And
hold tight because I want to do a death real quick. I
okay.
don't know if we got a chance to acknowledge this or not, but
Mm-hmm.
singer, songwriter, bass innovator, and music producer Michael Henderson.
Yes.
He died last week at the age of 71. You Are My Starship was his song.
Yes.
Wide Receiver. I love Michael Henderson. And the one thing that I used to love about him, he used to do all the provocative photo album covers. Where he would be in just a thong or a G-string and he'd be
my
on the beach
goodness.
somewhere. Oh, yeah. He was an original innovator of being sexy. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. Mm-hmm.
I got to
to
sing them songs after we get off the air. So just remind me and put me in the mood.
Yes, You Are My Starship. Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So, all right, let's talk about births.
Well, revered ballerina, our queen, Misty Copeland, who I just adore. I mean, that woman is just, not only she's just gorgeous, the way she moves and contorts her body, being in the ballet is just amazing.
Right.
Well, we want to say congratulations to Miss Misty and her husband, Olu Evans, because she welcomed her son, Jackson. Now, check this out, y'all. She had the baby 3 months ago. She's just released the news that she was pregnant and she had the baby. Now, of course, the trolls out there gonna say, "Well, why didn't she post it?" She don't need to do all that, y'all. We just glad that she had the baby is healthy. She says, quote, "I'm on maternity leave now and I'll be back in 2023. So congratulations to Miss Misty, Mr. Olu, and Master Jackson.
Yes, Master Jackson. Yes, how beautiful is that? That is
how
incredible.
Cool is that? Yes.
That is incredible. Yes, very good. All right. Any other births we need to talk about?
No, just the birth. Hopefully that we can get some decent
weather. Now wait a minute, baby. Didn't I hear someplace that Mr. Nick Cannon welcomed his 8th child?
Lord Jesus.
He welcomed his 8th child. So now we got to give that some accolades and kudos too. Now, come on now. Don't be a hater.
I'm not a hater. But here's the deal. Now, next one gonna be he gonna have a baseball team. I talked about this to you off air. Yes. And congrats. I'm glad that he and his girlfriend had a healthy baby. But it just makes me wonder. I mean, it's granted that we all know he was married to Mariah Carey. They had twins. He has another set of twins. Sadly, one of his sons, Zen, had passed away one moment, like maybe a few months after he was born. I get that, but it makes me wonder, okay, there's nothing wrong with wanting a big family. But my thing is this: if you're going to do it, why don't you do it with the person you're going to really be with for a minute? It's just like he hops from one woman to the next and boom, she's pregnant.
Well, I think a lot of these women might be trying to get on that joystick so that they can be able to get that everlasting check. Now, I'm not saying these women are opportunists. But I guarantee you that if you get a chance to get with Nick Cannon, you with him, and he already got a billion other children, what is the best way to seal that deal is to go on and have that baby by him. So that check is going to be coming in and he's going to have to pay for these children. That's why he's the hardest working man on television and all of that. Because matter of fact, he's not Terry Crews replaced him on that show, the entertainment show, didn't he?
I know. That, I
But
mean, that's all I'm saying. It just it doesn't leave a good taste for me. Another, I'm proud of the fact that he has 8 children, but it's almost like children by different baby mamas, and that just does not. It doesn't sit well with me. But
okay.
maybe it's the way I was raised. As
Yes.
long as the children are healthy, hopefully all the mothers of the children will raise them right, because it will be different. I'm sure as they get older, that family reunion would be very interesting to attend.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said, congratulations to all the new births and ashe to all of those that have gone on to their next round. All right. What else do you have in news tonight?
Well, in national news, what happened since we were gone, and I'm glad this happened. Former chief strategist Steve Bannon talked all this yin yang. He was found guilty on Friday for contempt of Congress, because after prosecutors accused this fool, a former president number 45, that he decided he was above the law, and he ignored a subpoena from the House committee investigating the January 6th insurrection.
Right.
So now he probably will be going to jail. I don't know how long he may serve, 2 years. It don't matter, but he going to jail. And if that's any indication, y'all, about a certain redhead president, stay tuned.
Well, how did you spell guilty again? Because I got a little
something. Guilty. Guilty.
Spell it again for me.
Guilty.
And you ain't got no alibi. You guilty. Yeah. You guilty. Yeah. You going to jail. You going to jail. And you better hope you ain't going to hell. You guilty. Yeah. You guilty. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
That's right. That's right. And as I said, speaking of politics, both 45 and the former Vice President Mike Pence, I'll call him by his name, they're just at odds. They're rooting for different Republican candidates. They were in Arizona, and this is going to be indicative. This may set the stage for the Republican nomination, probably in 2023, because I'm pretty sure that Mike Pence will probably run for the Republican nomination of president, and we already know about 45. Although I'm sure he's still maybe recovering from the loss of Ivana, who, interestingly enough, I was kind of surprised about this. She was interred at one of his That's the kind of say that kind of fast. She was interred in one of his golf courses in Bedminster.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I would not be surprised. I'm sure everybody's arrangements, long-term, aftercare, all of that had probably been prearranged and all of that. And she is the mother of one of his children, or of 3 of his children. I'm sorry, the mother of 3 of his children. So I'm sure. And then you got to realize she and Donald Trump made a legacy together. We knew them. We knew them as the power couple back then. So I'm sure, I'm sure. Yes, absolutely. Hello, my love. How are you?
Toya.
Hey, Toya. Good to see you, darling. Hey, y'all. So yeah, I'm not surprised she would be buried, at one of his places, So, okay, what else we got?
Well, do we have time to talk about this article that was published in a local urbane newspaper here in Chicago? Because when you mentioned it last week, I said that was a cue for me to read this article.
Oh, absolutely.
And after reading this article, this is going to be very interesting. For those of you wondering what the hell Renee is talking about, publisher Hermine Hartman of Indigo wrote a very insightful yet scathing article about a mayoral candidate who is known to give away gas here, has been giving away gas since gas prices went sky high. Willie Wilson, although he likes to call himself Dr. Willie Wilson. And when reading the article, at first I was like, well, maybe she player hating on this man. But as I kept going through the article and reading more. I said, you know what? She has some good, valid points. And, all I'm going to say is this. Our current mayor shouldn't be worried. Yes, he announced his bid for mayor. But the thing about this gentleman is this. If you cannot at least communicate and articulate and enunciate how you want to help Chicagoans have a better life, then I don't care how much money you give away, throw away, give to churches, it will not matter. And Hermine, she made a valid point. She let, in the article, Willie Wilson said, if you're not on his campaign, I don't want nothing to do with you, especially talking about the media. She like, cool, not a problem. So this is going to be interesting. I would just love to see him. I've not seen him in a debate because they're going, whoever going to train and going to coach him, they're going to be paid some serious. I mean, heck, we could coach him. You and I could make that money.
Right. Okay, so let me say this. I read the article that Hermine wrote about Willie, and it was put your seatbelt on type of article. Mm-hmm. But when you really read it and read into it properly, and if you are someone with decent intelligence, you understand. Absolutely. Willie Wilson is a great man. I've met him several times. I've interviewed him before. I even was a recipient of a gift from him when the pandemic first started. So I cannot say that Willie Wilson is not a genuine and good man. Mm-hmm. Willie Wilson represents an era that is long gone. And I'm going to tell you why. Willie Wilson comes from an era, and no disrespect to you or anybody else who is listening, but he came from our grandparents' era. Not our parents' era. You get what I'm saying? Right. A lot of our grandparents, and hear me out, were ignorant to a point. Not ignorant in common sense, but ignorant in vocabulary, right. Ignorant in social grace and social skills. I was just talking to somebody recently about a lady who passed away, who's a much older lady, and she never smiled in any of her pictures. And I told the people I was talking to, I said, keep in mind, this was very common for a certain generation. A lot of people's great grandmothers and grandfathers, if they were from the South and were really repressed, those people did not smile in pictures. We smile now in pictures. We show our whatever. Back then, people would mean mug. If you ever look at pictures of Big Mama and people like that, baby, they were looking like this.
They were probably afraid to smile. And I understand. I do get that. But let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Right.
I read about Willie Wilson. You've had the wonderful pleasure to interview him, and that's a great thing.
Right.
So when you have been blessed, and because we know he owned a lot of McDonald's franchise. That's how he made his money, investments. And also he was the, with the movie, not the movie, but the television show Sensation. Because to me, if you've made your money, then it would be more indicative to make sure that you're able to express that. That's all I'm saying. And granted, I get that he was born and raised poor in Louisiana.
Right.
But now he's made it. He's lived the American dream. And again, as I said, if you talk about running for mayor of one of the third largest cities in the country, you need to come correct. Because you're not just representing African Americans, you're representing the melting pot of people. And they're going to look at that. I mean, it just is what it is. So,
yeah. Here's the deal. I know this situation very well because I've seen it. I saw it coming up as a young boy. Don't get me wrong. People just as ignorant as the day is long. But because they had the currency, the money, that's what made them the boss. Now, are they smarter or more articulate? Any of that? No, that's where they're looking for this younger demographic to come in and be their power heads and their, things like that. And I think Willie Wilson also has aligned himself with a lot of sidewinding people as well too, because if you really talk to people about who supports or who's behind Willie Wilson, it's somebody who, you know, you like, oh Lord. I mean, you know, so I mean, I don't know. It's beautiful to see a black man that has, you know, risen to the level that he has, and he really is multi-wealthy. I mean, in many different ways, but just he would need subtitles. He would need subtitles for just
and that's
even,
not and that's
and it's
not
not
a good
gonna work.
thing.
It's not gonna work. Yep,
That's
it's
not a
not.
good thing.
Yep. Yes, they all laughing at him. There are many who gather in his face, but won't help him.
And that's
Absolutely.
sad. That's the
Yeah,
sad part.
absolutely.
Because to me,
Yep.
if you want to live your authentic life, and if you really want to help this man, then be honest with him and transparent and say, look, this is what you're gonna need to do. But see, again, this is a two-way street. If he's not willing to accept the help, then that's another issue too.
Right. Does he have any children or
I believe he had a child. I think something happened to his son.
okay, okay.
But you know, again, if he really wants to help Chicago, and if there are people, see, that's the thing. My late father always said, people, place, the things will give you inspiration or desperation. He needs to surround himself with individuals who really want the best for him. They don't, the individuals that he has around they don't want the best for him. They want the best for themselves. Like this.
Right.
That's
Toya made a great point. She said he has to want the help. And then Watika said on my other page, his son got killed. Our condolences to that. Our condolences. Betty Brewer said on my page, he needs to stick to his philanthropy, which I agree. I trust and believe. I done seen this situation a million times. A black man with so much money that is not even funny. But when you really get to know him and get to know what he's all about, you really find out this is really a simple, ignorant man with a lot of money. And it's just not black. I've seen this in other races, all that type of stuff. So I don't know. But no, do I think
about black men because he's running for a public office?
Right. Yes.
And he has to represent all people.
Yes. He do better hiring me and whisper in my ear, let me figure out what he's trying to say. And then I can be like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of mayoral candidate Willie Wilson, he'd like to put a chicken in every pot. He'd like to put a little money in your bank account. And he would like to clean up crime in our city. Because I guarantee you, if he get up there and say that, it's not going to come out like that.
It's not.
I love the fact when he said about Whitey. Remember you know that Southern Whitey. Wait a minute. Okay, so here's a funny one. What do you think about him sitting down with Ben Crump?
I didn't see that, Miss Toy. I need to see the video, so I can't.
No, she had said earlier that he should get coaching from Attorney Crump.
Oh, I agree with that, but again, he's going to have to want the help. If he says I don't want to help, then nothing you can do.
And I'm telling you, he gonna be just like most of these older black men I know with that type of money. Look, I'm rich, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I already know. It's very hard to tell an older black man, even women with money, like, listen, it's some things you need to do. It's some things you need to I battle that all the time. And the funniest thing is not to be done in a vicious way. It's to help you be more productive, right?
That was another thing in the article that Hermine really touched on, that he believes that women should be subservient. And I know I'm with Hermine. We don't play that way because there's a lot of women who could help him be, and we do vote. You know, we vote whatever the candidate that we feel is going to help us. So, you know, he, like Ms. Toya said, he's going to have to want, if he truly wants a shot at being mayor, he's going to have to subjugate that ego. And we all know ego stands for what? Art, edging God out. Yep. Subjugate that ego and listen to somebody so he can help him enunciate correctly, articulate his thoughts and his feelings, and we can see what happens. But, you know,
wait a minute, here's too funny. Crump has been taught how to talk better. I was going to say something, but I didn't want to say anything. And I kind of knew where Toya was going with that. But yes, because being Crump at first, I couldn't take, yeah. So he's gotten better. And I mean,
we know about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. We knew Scottie couldn't speak nothing, but now he speaks so well. So
yes, here we go. He is not. Yes. Yeah, he's not. He's not. And it's nothing against him. It is nothing against him at all. I think he's a great man. I would go out and do something to help him, or, like if he even created like the Fairy Godfather Foundation, just any of that, I would really help him. But I just cannot, see him as mayor,
But he has to want the help. If he came to you and said, Chat Daddy, I need help. And really, and see, you are very intuitive. You have a very intuitive spirit, Art. So you would look at him and say, okay, Mr. Wilson, we got to get to work. Let's get to work. But if he's not willing to do that, then it's a lost cause.
You know what? That's too funny. Toya, I love you, my love. I do. She said I knew Crump in Georgia as an ambulance.
I heard about him.
Yep.
He has risen above the ranks, now as America, because everybody wanted to go to who? Johnny Cochran. Now Johnny is in the ether, so now it's Attorney Ben Crump. So he's changed his brand and his image, because I had heard about Attorney Crump being that ambulance chaser, but that's how a lot of attorneys make their money.
That is true. That is true. So, all right. Well, Mr. Willie Wilson, we wish you the best. I appreciate you for your generosity. I thank you. No shade whatsoever on your name, sir. I just don't know if you would be qualified enough for mayor. That's the same way with a couple of these other people that's running for mayor. Child, this is the third largest city in the country.
Okay.
And
the second best in the world. So now let's get it together.
And here's the deal. It has nothing to do with black and white with me. It has nothing to do with black and white with me. It has to do with who is going to help this city. I'm sick and tired of the South Side and the West Side and areas still blighted, not, functioning the way they should, any of those things. And now we worried about putting a damn dome over Soldier Field. Let's talk about bringing a fresh grocery store or another Target back into the South Side. Exactly. What happened to the burger restaurant that's getting ready, was supposed to be girl, we've been
waiting for it. We're going to be waiting forever. And, this is a great segue I know we're going to be closing soon. Today would have been Emmett Till's 81st birthday.
Right. Yes.
And kudos again to our griot Tammy Gibson, who has been posting all over social media about going to his childhood home in Summit, Illinois, going to the cemetery. But what touched me even more, and it may make me a little bit angry, but Whoopi Goldberg, as you know, she is put her resources together to promote a movie that's going to be coming out on 10/14 entitled Till, and it's really going to be the story about his mother, Mamie Till Mobley, and how she had to really just not only love her son enough to let him go to Mississippi. We all know what happened, but it's just really sad that after all this time, because he was executed and lynched and murdered and tortured in 1955, we are still going through the same stuff that Emmett went through. And I just every time when I hear Emmett Till's name, it does something to my spirit. The woman that he was accused of whistling at, she's the one that needs to be in jail. And I know they have her in hiding, but folks gonna find you, sweetheart, because you lied up until. And see, here's the thing. She's been lying for a long time, and I guarantee you, Art, her karma, her chickens are truly coming back to roost now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So, I don't know. Speaking of other movies, we want to do a big old congratulations and shout out to our good friend, Mr. Jordan Peele. He is number one yet again. This will be his third number one movie. The movie we're talking about is Nope. Opening weekend to the tune of $44 million. stars over this past weekend. Congratulate. I can't talk tonight. Congratulations to him, our girl Keke Palmer.
Yeah, Chicago's very own.
Ajatel. No, that's not the young man's name. We'll talk more about the movie tomorrow night.
And speaking of movies, y'all better get ready. 11/11/22. Wakanda Forever. They had the, Comic-Con was in San Diego. They showed the trailer of Wakanda Forever. Y'all better get ready because I cannot wait to see this movie. I saw the trailer. I got excited. I was sad, even though they honored the late, great Chadwick Boseman. But, to see Miss Angela Bassett, all the stars are going to be in this movie. So, y'all.
Yes, Daniel Kaluuya. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal.
I couldn't. Thank you. Right. Yes. Thank you. Daniel Kaluuya. We'll talk more about the movie tomorrow evening as well, too.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we need to cover before we get out of here tonight? Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Dr. Janet Seabrook will be here with us. She'll talk about your health and it's back to school season.
Yes.
And it's back to school season. Matter of fact, next month, this time, CPS, Chicago Public Schools, will be back in session. They'll be back in session. So, yes, absolutely. Yes, that is who I was talking about. Thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. But no, I couldn't think of it. I was like, child, what's the boy's name? The man's name? Right, the little cute guy. He did Saturday Night Live, all of that. And he has a British accent. I love accents.
I know you do.
Yes,
you do. So are you ready for the nugget?
Yes, darling. What is our nugget for the day?
Today is Motivational Monday, y'all. And here's the nugget. It's very simple. Don't wait for things to get easier, simpler, or better, because life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now. Otherwise, you'll run out of time. Again, this is Motivational Monday. # don't wait for your happiness, as happiness comes from within.
Oh, Wakanda forever and ever and ever and ever. For more information about lovely over there, please go to KarensNuggetsOfKnowledge.com, KarensNuggetsOfKnowledge.com, where you can get more information. She is really a source of inspiration, hope, and wisdom each and every day. So make sure you guys check her out. For more information about me, please visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. It's been a wonderful Monday evening. We got it over really quick. No guests tonight. Tomorrow night, we'll have some great guests. Wednesday night, we have another great show planned as well, too. I feel like we're missing some things, but we'll talk about all of that again tomorrow evening. May you guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Be beautiful. If you've not done so yet, please subscribe to The Real Chat Daddy Show, Facebook, YouTube. We would love to see where you are a subscriber. It does not cost you anything, and it is easy. It is very simple. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
We
appreciate you guys. We do. Yes.
That's right. Don't wait, Miss Tiffany. That's right.
Yes, absolutely. Well, on behalf of Kay Renee and yours truly, our Chat Daddy Sims, thank you, Tony Watika, Betty, Diteria. Who else do we have tonight? Tony, Toya. Is that Crystal?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Tiffany, Candace. Yes. Who else do we have on here tonight with us? Let's see. Thank you, Toya. We appreciate all your feedback tonight. Eve.
Candace, we love you, sweetie.
Yes. Shanita, thank you. We love all of you guys. We really do. All right. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, for more of The Real Chat Daddy Show. Stay safe, stay wonderful, stay beautiful. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Be about love, peace, and happiness, you guys. How about that? Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Show. It's the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's the Real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.